Hello and welcome. My name is Rajesh. Welcome to my channel. This is one of the requested video. So I am going to create. This is related to the Redux. I hope you would like and enjoy this. And if you like it, please share with other. Do subscribe my channel because it's related to the Redux and React. There are more videos going to come. So what we are going to cover and what we are going to develop in this application, this is very exciting because I have been planning for this, but I did not get the time to create or such good content. Okay, so now this is the correct time. So as you can see, this is the my current React application which is up and running, which I have used create React app application. So it's a basic. So this is the boilerplate which I have got. If I switch to this part, you can see this is the app.js which contain there are bunch of boilerplate which is available. So what I am going to do here, so I am going to just remove the thing which I do not require as of now, and what we are going to learn that I will also explain. Just give little bit a moment to me, and accordingly I'll explain you. So I'm going to explain you that is called Redux state management and using DVA. Yes, so I'm going to explain you DVA.js. What is DVA.js? Okay, and what are the basic thing you need to get up and running with the DVA.js. So let me just open quickly the website DVA.js. This is the website and this is the app which I'm going to help you to start up or establish your application. This is very lightweight, as according to this it's a very lightweight framework, and it is based on the Redux and Redux-Saga. This is one of my favorite because I love Redux-Saga, which I have been doing since 2018, and this is one of my favorites. So you can see the number of star which we have 15.5k. So it's awesome. Okay, so okay, now let's move quickly what we have to do. Quickly install this and let's get up and running. So to get up and running, let's quickly just remove unnecessary file. Let's remove this file. Okay, and let's remove app.css. I don't want as of now, so that it should be very much clear and you should be not worrying about these other files. So let me just quickly remove them. I don't want as of now. And so here's the src contain two file, app.js and index.js. In this index there is a another boilerplate. So what I'll do, I'll just remove everything, this entire thing. Okay, and we'll start from beginning. And here it is saying logo. I don't have logo. Okay, yes. So let me remove everything. So now you can see there is a app.js file which contain app function, and this is the blank index.js. If you refresh this, nothing will happen, and if I open the inspector, so there is nothing. So if I load, nothing is defined, and if I save this file, nothing is there. Okay, so now everything is very much clear. So this is our starting point. What we have to do, first of all we have to initialize the package which we are talking right now. So the package name is DVA. So let's quickly move into this dependency section where it is. Yes, and let me just add this dependency. I'll say DVA colon, and I'll take the latest version, whatever is a 2.4.1. okay, so let me just quickly add yarn, so it will get the package and install in my node module. So while it is installing, I'll skip the video, I mean fast forward that. I think it is installed, so let's continue. Yarn start. I'm restarting project so that there should be no error or warning. Nothing is there. Okay, now perfect. Now what we have to do, let's first import that DVA, and once we imported that DVA, then we'll start with their basic functionality of it. So let's do a const, and I'll say app, and now I'm going to use DVA. It is not there, so let's quickly import that. Import, and importing from DVA. What? Okay, so this is the package I have imported, and now this is the DVA. Let's just instantiate it. Okay, once we initialize it, now there is a couple of steps which we have to follow. So basic is the step 1. What we have done here, we have just instantiated this DVA application. Now we can use this app dot. Now this provide a number of things. I will explain you each and everything. First of all, what we have done, we have just instantiated that. Next, we need to create a model. Model is nothing about, is a specific name or a model where your data going to reside, where your state of your application or a specific module you can reside it. Okay, so in this module, what things it required and how it help you. First of all, it's required a namespace, so that in your root of your application you should identify which module or which model actually you are connecting. So let's take example, we are making a shopping cart or product list or managing some kind of application with a very small kind of application, but we are managing. So let's say there is a product. Okay, so I'm talking about product. So let's create about namespace of product. Once we create the namespace, another part is required. What is the current state of this products? So what I'll do, I'll give it the state of it. So let's suppose the current state, I need a product list. So I'll just make it product list, and it's about array. It's actually an array. So in this array, what I may contain, I may define it very quickly. Let's do this. It may contain ID, so 1001, and then it may create name, and I'll say name would be product 1. Similarly, and the price, let's say 100, and then I'll say quantity QTY, and then quantity is 30. Similarly, what I'll do, I'll make a copy of it, and I'll create one more product. So it's just a dummy data, so don't worry about it. So we will pull this record from API. I will give the example of it. And price is 120, quantity is 10. Okay, so this is just a product list. So just is an initial state I'm just defining here. Okay, now what we have done, we have just created a namespace, and the namespace is product, and then we have defined here initial state. What is the initial state? We have given it just dummy records. So as of now, once state is defined, there is a few other steps. What I'm going to do here, once state is done, next part is called effects. What is effects? I'll explain you very simple way. Currently we have to define some effects. Effects are nothing about a set of function which are generator kind of function, which may return multiple statement, or you can say generator are ES6 latest concepts of maintaining a function which multiple layer, or you can say multiple state wise. So I'm going to use here state, let's say function name get products. Okay, get products. In this function, what things I needed. First of all, it required something called, what is state of it. Okay. And then another part of it, like it required, or you may say directly, you can use, or you can call it payload, or you can define current state or multiple state. There are a number of combination. Okay, so first of all, what I'll consider here, this is called a payload. I'll explain it. Don't worry if you don't get it first time. So it's not very difficult. Okay. Next thing, I need something called put and something called call. I'll explain these two where these are coming and what is the concept about it. Just bear with me. These are the very clear and very easy to understand the concepts, but just understand the logic behind it, what is going to happen with them. So once someone called this thing, so if they provide some parameter as a payload, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get them, and once I'll receive the parameter or payload, then I'll put some logic. Logic is like that, if you'd like to get a call with a API, or you would like to call a REST API, how you can do that. So that logic we are going to build here. So that is one. So we can say const, directly let's call this function. This is the function actually, and it required two things. One is first is the name of the API, and what API is going to take, and if you would like to pass that API some parameter. So for example, if I pass the parameter called, whatever current payload I'm having, I would like to pass that to my API. So I can say payload directly here, and if call is happened and if I get a response, so that response I would like to store somewhere so that I can verify. Const, let's say response. Once I receive the response, now I will check if response dot status equals to 200. If status is 200, then what I want that record, whatever this record has, I would like to put into this in the product list, whatever dummy we have right now. So instead of doing this way, just containing a dummy record, I will replace that record with my concept of merging them. So this is why we required put over here. So now what we have to do, yield, and before calling this we required yield as well. So I forgot to mention that. So what is yield at all? So it's a very generic question, and if we are using generator function over here, so we are needed to call this yield keyword, because we need to maintain the every layer of step, or basically it is going to control your function, a generator function, with the help of yield. If you are using generator function, of course you required yield keyword. Okay, so let's use put, and in this put is required object, and first of all, first object will be what is the type of it, and then I'll say save. And as of now I have not defined this. This is nothing about a reducer. I have not defined yet. I will just quickly define it once I've used over here. And then what is my current payload, so that I'll use over here the payload which I'm getting the response. I would like to merge with this, or replace with the current state with whatever response I have got from the API. So as of now is just a name of the API. I have used just a text. It will be actually a real API, so just bear with me, and let me just close this. Now what I have to do, I have to just product list, and whatever response I'm getting, so response dot data, basically it may contain array or it may contain an object. So whatever it is containing, so I will just store into this product list. So this is my put, and this put is containing a reducer. I'll quickly create a reducer. What this reducer is going to do, so how do I create a reducer? So this is my effect. As of now we have created only one generator function, and similarly if we want a common generator, so set the state if anything happened or if anything has been changed. So what we can do, we can create one more generator. Let's say generator name, I would like to say set state. I generally create in every project, so this way. So I'll say what is the current payload, and the next part would be only put only, no need to call an API, something like that. So I'll use put, and in this what I have to do, first of all just use yield and use put, and once put is there, then the same concept we have done, like use type, and once type is there, then use save. I will just help you into creating this save functionality. As of now this reducer is not created, so just I'm just going to create it, just bear with me. And whatever payload I am having, so I'll say payload, whatever payload currently I am having, that I will provide over here. So okay, so the payload, so this is the my simplest effects or generator function, you can say. I required comma over here. Okay, so now set state and get products both are ready. These are my effects which I have just defined, and this is the way I create and I manage my API, because I would like to control them in very specific manner, step by step. Okay, so this is how we have done our effects. Now it's time to create another part, which is we have used reducer, so we have to create them. So next part is reducer, and I'll create them quickly. The first reducer is nothing about a function. What it is going to be, save, and this save method or reducer is going to take two things. If you have learned, or previously if you have worked with Redux or Redux React Redux or Redux-Saga or something like that, so the first reducer required what is your current state of your application. So it required the state and it required the action. Generally people called it action, or they use action.type, action.payload, something like that. So what I would like to do, I mostly use as a payload. Most of the time I use like this way. So what save is going to do, this reducer, I want whenever something happened, and if someone called this save reducer, what I want, this whatever the current state it has, let's suppose is loading, is the state is false, and if someone called this set state and put is loading in the payload, set true. So whenever someone called this reducer, I want whatever the current state. So what I'll do, so I'll return, as you remember always, reducer will always return a latest state, no matter what it is, existing state, if it is true, false, whatever it is, if it is object, an array, whatever it is, it has to be returned whatever is the current or latest state. So what I'll do, I'll say state, whatever my current state, and then if payload got something, some new state is coming, then what I'll do, I'll merge them. So I'll say payload. Okay, so now this is a very interesting part over here. What we have done is just normal reducer we created, okay, and current state, and then we are taking the latest state, or if is there any payload or any action is there, that we are merging them and just returning them. So this is what I have created so far. Now how do I know these are in perfect place, or these are the things which we have done so far so good? Okay, now this is nothing about our model creation. Why I have created model? Because in my root of application, in my store, I can find out this, like this product, and then I can access their record by using it. So as of now our application has nothing special, and if I explain you, I have just blank app function which just shows this dva.dva.js actually. So what I have to do, I have used this model here, and this is closing here. Okay, next step 3 actually, let's bind with is called router, so that it can route, it can basically show up on browser. So let's say app dot router, and router is nothing about a special function provided by DVA. So what I'll do, I'll create an anonymous function, and whatever current application, whatever root of your application it is, so as of now I have removed everything. So I'm just considering this app is my root of application. So I'll do here, I'll import app. Okay, so it's not imported, let's import this, and this is my root of your application. So what we have done, we have connected this is with the router. Once router is there, if I save this and if I try to refresh it, so it will say nothing is there. Okay, why nothing is there? As of now I have not connected this thing with this public location. If you see, this is where it is, this div. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to say my reducer, not reducer actually, my application which I have just instantiated with a router, I need to call this app dot start. And what this start is going to do, this start take a parameter is called which selector you are going to start with this application. Okay, so all this selector, as I say, this example wise, if you see, it's a root, so let's call it root, and just that's it. So this is the step 4. If I quickly go through this, the step 1 to instantiate, step 2 to create a model, and in this model whatever things we have discussed or shown you, so these are the just a basic concept. We have created effects, we have created initial state, we have given the namespace. These are very requirement or unique, that should be very easy to understand. And then we have created reducer. Once the reducer is ready, everything is ready, then what I have done here, I've connected with the router. This is my application starting point of the component, and then I have started the app. So these the 4 steps we have to do, and we have to create an running application with Redux-Saga. Okay, so let's save these changes and see in a browser if we get anything. So what we are seeing here, there is an error. What it says, so what we are doing, the step 4, it's saying here this line number 60 is throwing me an error. So what could be the error? So what we have done here, so we are trying to start the application, but we are saying the root, but it does not understood, I'm sorry, it did not understood what it's trying to ask. Like here it is required a selector, so if it is ID, so we have to provide this hash sign and then say root. So this way the application will start. So if I refresh, you can see dva.js is running. How do I know this is perfectly working? So let's quickly go to the Redux, and if I move to this state, and you can see there is a perfectly created like is loading and product list, these 2 products we had. Okay, so what we have done here as of now, let's quickly go through this. What we have created, we have created a DV application, we have just instantiated that, and then we have created a model. In this model, if you see, we have created few things. One is initial state of your application, and then there is a few effects which I have used as of now, and then there are reducer which just I have created only one reducer as of now. This reducer is going to just save the current state and take the previous state as well, merge them and make a new state. And once this is ready, then what I am doing here, we are saying app.router, so root of your application. So this is my app, which is app component is a root, router as currently right now. And then once everything is wrapped up or everything is ready, then I have said like app.start, and when and which location it is going to ping or where this has to start. So this is the location of your application. So this index file is getting inject with here. Okay, so if I inspect this part, so you can see this app component is rendering properly, and as well as it is containing this state. So this is the first video, and this is going to be a series of things which how to get call this API, how to use set state, and you know how to manage your application, how to change these value, how to update the state, or how to create multiple model. You know, your application cannot be created by one model or cannot be maintained by only one model. So there has to be multiple model. If so, how do you gonna to maintain this multiple model? Okay, so these are the thing which it is going to be, you know, another part of the video. So that's it guys. So far so good. What we have done, we have just instantiated and combined with the reducer. These are the up and running application is running. Now what we have to do, go for the multiple level of things which we have to do. So thank you so much guys, and if you let me know, we have to create another video for other part of our application, creating multiple module actually model and connecting with the state and maintaining the state and application. So let me know if you like this video. Please subscribe, please like it and share with others, so that I will create multiple video. It will be very helpful for me. And do let me know if any more important video related to the DVA, or not only DVA, only Redux-Saga or React router or anything is required. Okay, thank you so much. Hope you like it.